What's good? What's good? You already know who this is. The one, the only, yours truly, Lady Shay Butter Dreamy Queen, up in the building with a quick message. With a quick message from me to you. For you, from me. So, playing nice versus being respectful, right? As you go through life, as we all go through life, what is and how do, right? Where and when do you take the time to play nice versus being respectful? And how do you equalize it? How do you become the equalizer to that very thing? Being nice, playing nice versus being respectful. And as a rule of thumb, is it fair to you? Playing nice or being respectful? Because as you look at it, right, as you sit back and look at yourself, look at the things you do, look at the things you say, and you ask that question: was I playing nice? Was I being respectful? Right. And does it matter? Does it matter when you break it down? Right? So, from me, right, from me to you, my own little bits of tips through experience, through the ways that one can experience life, right? As I always say, your life is full of choices and decisions. So, when you sit back and you appreciate self, you ask the questions, right? Or do you just, again, do you just move in action? And it's still talking about me right now, right? So, contemplating niceness. Is it always fair to be nice? Right? Is it always fair for you to be nice? Is it always fair for you to be respectful, right? Certain questions I asked. And when it comes down to it, nice is nice, right? Who doesn't like the nice? Who doesn't like the sweet? Who doesn't like the courteousness? Who doesn't like, for better or lack of better words, I should say, who doesn't like the good things in life, right? Shout out to you, Gracie. Yeah, no visuals today. No visuals today. Gratitude for your slider through. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing good over there. Hi, 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 hi. So, like I was saying, right? Being nice, choosing to be nice. Where are the benefits for you, right? And and for word movements, respect. What are the benefits for you being respectful? And again, don't we like the good? Don't we like the pleasure? Don't we like things that go in our own way? And is that nice? Having things our own way, right? Or is it nice, say, withholding words if they resonate with truth? Let me say that again. Is it nice to withhold certain words, for instance, if they resonate in truth, right? Blocking out certain things, not saying certain things, out of being nice or respectful. What does that get you? What is the benefits for you, right? Now, to the juicy part of it, the benefits of being nice. You can use it as a sense of comfort, one would say, right? Maintaining certain good checkpoints, grounding certain sensations, stabilizing certain points of goodness. Yet, where is the truth? Is the truth always nice? Is the truth even always respectful? Just throw it in there. Just gotta take it and let it marinate, right? Is the truth always respectful? Is the truth always nice? For me, points of it, sure, right? But for the most part, you gotta throw away the nice. At certain times, you even gotta throw away the respect, and you gotta slide that truth onto the table. Right? Sometimes you just gotta say what it is, no matter what, because it's the truth. And when you know what the truth is, right? What is the truth? The truth is the truth no matter how you try to say it, write it, express it, or shape it. It's always gonna be the truth. So, with meaning, with feeling, with conviction, with that sense of confidence, right? You say the truth, you speak the truth, and is it, again, gonna be nice? Always. Is it always gonna be nice? Is it always gonna be respectful? Right? As a person who will use it very, very often, let me hush. Let me not say nothing. Let me keep my mouth shut, right? Just based off of, no, it's not gonna be nice, right? No, it's probably not gonna be respectful, right? Yet, that knock of truth, that knock of truth is there, right? And again, when you get more into you, into your awareness, into who you are, into what you need, you begin to appreciate the truth. You begin to appreciate it without the niceness. And even though it might pinch a little, even when it might startle you, you got to appreciate the non-respect. And why do I say this? Because I am full with the respect, right? Keep it respectful at all times. By all measures. If anything, if nothing else, keep it respectful, right? So why do I say, on the flip side of it, you gotta throw the respect away sometimes to appreciate the truth? Simple to factor in. right? If it fits, you gotta wear it, right? And how can one overlook the truth when niceness and respect is off the table? Can one still appreciate the truth? Depends on you, depends on where you're trying to land and how far you're willing to step into reality, right? Not for everyone, right? Certain people have certain lives, right? Certain people have high hopes, high drives, high expectations, and they see and follow through, right? And they keep building, they keep growing, they keep achieving as a part of them and who they are. Yet, and again, is that everyone's life? And more importantly, is that yours, right? And as we go through life, we gotta say it, right? We gotta accept it, don't we? Are we always treated nicely? Are we always treated with respect? And if we could say no, if we can accept that point, and we gotta accept, where is that coming from? And even more, why is it in my direction? Why am I the one experiencing this lack of niceness, this lack of respect? So, I gotta ask, are you, yes, you, are you being nice to you? Are you being respectful to you? Are you appreciating the truth that either has to do with it or doesn't have to do with it? Just acknowledging the truth and what it is, and the shape that it is, the form that it is, and how it fits into your life. So again, bringing it back, bringing it back, bringing it back, bringing it back, right? Where and when? Where do you go and when do you go? Through the lengths, through the gray areas, through the white areas, through the black areas of niceness, of truth, of respect. Where is it? Again, within you, right? You always can look outside of you, right? You can point fingers. You can set out examples of he said, she said, he did, she did. This is the reason as to why. This is the point in where I either did or didn't make it. And even with that, what's stopping, what's delaying, it's not me, right? It's the other people. Of course, everyone can point again the finger outside of self. And for some, for certain points of length and time, it can be just that. Those that are outside of you, that is the reasoning of the swaying back and forth of whether or not something is nice or respectful or even truthful. Yet again, accountability, right? Self-preservation, right? Discipline, hard work, growth, maturing. Can you not see it? Can you not feel it? Right? The motions to play at hand. And again, doesn't matter if you're nice when you're not telling the truth. Right? You can be as nice as you want to be. You can tell someone how good they look. You can congratulate someone on their achievements. You can acknowledge good points in another person's life. Keeping on that hat, right, of niceness. Or even throwing on the hat of respect, right? Yet, if it's not truly, and I mean truly felt from within you, is it true? Right? And if it's not true, then it's going to be fake, right? Gotta be fake, right? Because again, words are words, actions are actions. And if people say certain words that lead to certain actions, that is based off of nothing but falseness, hiding behind a nice smile of niceness or a courteous tip of the hat in respect. But again, the trueness of support, the trueness of being nice to say in sincerity, I see the hard work. And I appreciate, even though I didn't go through it, you did. Whether it was hard, whether it was easy, whether you had to redo it over a couple of times. Doesn't matter. The point is, the fact is, the truth is, it was your life and it was a challenge, right? And it's either one of the two. You still face that challenge today or you overcame it. And knowing how important that can fuel the stimulation of grounding self, of grounding something in that's rooted, right? Again, in realness, right? Again, in truth. Because outside of that, what do you got? Outside of truth, what is there really, or what are you really doing? Where are you really going? When is going to hit? When will it be? What will it take? And how long do you sit back without correcting? Right? If it's something that is indulged, okay, I am back. I am back. So again, like I was saying, right? If it is something that is self-indulged into, right? How do you correct? How do you self-correct, right? How do you go from being nice, being respectful, to being truthful? Again, when you know, when you're aware, it's more accessible to accept. And let's really say the truth of what it is, right? Do people care about others' feelings? Mm, let it marinate. Some might, right? But as a whole, who outside of you truly resonates with the feelings, with the emotions, with the desires, with the pains that one goes through? Outside of you, again, who really resonates? Who really can fully appreciate the struggles? So when it comes down to it, right? Do you got to? Yes. You gotta take out the feelings. You gotta take out the emotions. You gotta take out the drama. Is it easy? For me, work in progress, right? I had to work out that progress to process that, yeah, feelings are feelings, emotions are emotions. And those feelings and emotions you have are yours and yours alone. So, as you go through life, do you share your feelings? Do you share your emotions? You can, right? Yet, through a point of passion, right? Because that's where the real conviction of that reality settles in to the dawns, right? To the shades, to the colors, to the masterpiece that is. You use that fuel of passion, right? That fuel of passion is the whole boiling point of all feelings, of all emotions that you carry within you. And you use that to shape, to reshape, to reconfigure the message, the delivery, the grouping, the materializing, the building of a business, or even organization, right? Or even, hey, the whole sense of family and generation, right? Now, say this, and then I'm probably gonna slide on out, right? Quick message, quick message. Hopefully, something resonates, something marinates, and something is going to be seated in digestion for the heart, for the spirit, for the soul to consume as you grow and maneuver on your roll, as you roam through life, in life. Just make sure that you're making life yours so that no one else has the chance to settle, to make, to dictate, or direct your points of interest, your rawness and passion that again only you can deliver through the extremes with your very honesty and true conviction. So, to wrap it up, keeping certain things nice, right? Keeping certain things respectful. Is it right? Is it fair? Is it beneficial to you? Because again, if we're saying things to be nice, even to ourselves, right? If we're saying things to be respectful, even to ourselves, you gotta take it a little deeper to analyze the truth in it. Where is the truth? Right? Where is the truth within all that I'm thinking, within all that I'm saying, with all that I'm demonstrating? At certain times, again, you gotta throw out the niceness, right? Because is life really all that nice? If Yeah, you had to get your feet and your hands dirty, even your face sometimes, right? So until you appreciate the challenges of lessons, the truth is you went through trials and challenges that was lessons to be learned, to be grown into the rights and the wrongs, right? The taking of the levels to the extremes and where you can and cannot go. It's all an experience. It's all on the waking factors of you taking that time to explore. And again, respect. One of my most top tier things above all, if nothing else, keep the respect, right? One of the lessons I've learned is just that. Even when it comes to respect, as long as it's measured with, right? Just like with niceness, just like within anything you can do. If it's measured within truth, nothing else matters, right? Because you could be nice or you cannot be nice. You could be respectful or you cannot be respectful. Yet when the time comes, right, as you know your points or places and where you need to be, what you need to do, respect is going to be there, right? If no harm, no foul is done, why not be respectful? Yet if you're presented in a situation that respect is no longer even seen, let alone thought of, do you remain respectful or do you remain truthful? I, see, see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Right? Because how do you respect non-respect? How do you be nice to someone who is mean? Right? Right? And again, factors of me, factors of life experience. Right? I've been there. I've done that. Been nice to the non-nice. Been respectful to the non-respectful. And at the end of the day, the truth still laid plain and in sight. Right? I did and I do what I do as it resonates through me, from me. It's truth. Right? Yet, when you're presented, again, in life with certain situations or certain challenges or even certain scenarios, right? You got that chance to peek in through the window or you got that chance to go ahead and open that door. Truth. The truth, the truth, the truth, the truth, the truth, the truth. What is the truth though? Right? As long as you hold that truth within you, that truth will continue to grow. And again, is that easy? Is anything easy? Anything that you want to accomplish can be easy. You just have to face it. Right? Just as easy, just as challenging, just as fun as we've learned everything else. Right? It was easy to learn how to eat, right? It was easy to learn how to go play with our friends outside, right? It was easy to learn how to do certain non-factors or factors that we all wanted to do as we were children or as we grew up into adults, right? Choices, decisions. It's all laid within you. It's how you choose to bring forth. It's how you decide what I'm going to do, what I'm not going to do, what I'm going to say, what I'm not going to say, right? And again, Allow the resignation to sit, to marinate, and if it doesn't, just let it slide on through, right? And let the flow go where the flow is going to go, because everything is not for everyone, right? And as much as we can and want that nice, colorful rainbow of society, of life, of reality in the world, if we're not experiencing that, if we're not seeing that, if we haven't even been given the chance or opportunity to, then why are we saying it? Why are we talking about it? Why are we trying to represent it if it's not within us, if it's not what we see, right? The easy wave, the easy route is just to say, monkey see, monkey do, right? Yet again, is it true for you? Because if not, where does that leave you? Where is that stamp of resonance? Outside of all else, right? Outside of all else, again, we all have choices that we can take or make in our life. So, yeah, choose what you will, choose how you will, and allow that demonstration to be laid out. And as you sit back, as you analyze the prizes, always remember, always remember the choices, the decisions, the words that was expressed or not expressed, the actions that was taken or not taken, pave the way, open the doors, slid up that window, right? Or even full force the extreme of blowing everything down and just being out in the open, in the wide stretch of society, of the garden. So, as a closing statement, with everything that I said, right? Hopefully, this one thing lays to resonate. When you allow yourself to be you, when you allow yourself to be true, what you do and how you do will be just that, the truth. And of course, there's going to be points of the lies, the manipulations, the illusions, the fakeness. And the only thing that one can do is adjust to set out in a new direction, a new force of energy, a place of being, a place of mind. Right? Sometimes it's so simple as freeing the mind. So, can you free your mind? Can you free yourself enough to accept you for being you? Because there's no one else out here like you. And that should be appreciated to the most, to the fullest. Right? Forget the partner. Right? Forget the husband, forget the wife, even forget the babies. Forget mom, forget dad, forget auntie, forget uncle, forget cousins. Right? Do you, not me, you, yes, you. You Do you appreciate you? Are you accepting you for you? Are you done hiding? Are you done with not allowing what is to be seen, what is to be shared, what is to be admired, right? And we all have our own individual trinkets. We all have our own individual uniqueness. Again, it's up to you to find it. And can you find it by hiding? Can you find it by faking it till you make it? Can you find it by being nice, being respectful, being good, being humble, saying all the right things, doing all the goal setting, checking everything off the list? But again, are you being true to you? Right? You might look good on paper, right? You might look good in society, yet are you good with you? Are you being respectful to you? Are you being nice to you? And is being nice to you being untruthful? Is being respectful to you holding back, which truly trying to shine from within you to show the world, right? What is life? What is the world that we have right now? What can we say? We see life, right? We see life's creations all the time. We see the manifestations. We see the dreams. We see the goals. We see everything that has been laid out. Right? And so it's simple, to say the least, right? It's simple to just allow that marination. And again, how do you allow that marination? You simply reside within yourself. You simply reside within the truth. And remember that. Remember your truth. Remember your respect. Remember how hard that you had to go through the ups and the downs and the challenges you faced, right? Maybe you didn't always have the money that you needed. Maybe you had to live beyond your means, or under your means, should I say. Not beyond your means, under your means, right? Where you barely making it, scraping, right? As I would call my own life, hard knock lives, right? Those hard knocks where you don't even know if you're going to be able to pay for a bill or pay for that car note, or if you're going to have enough gas to fill up the car so you can't get to work even though your tummy is grumbling, wanting something to eat, needing something to eat, needing at least, right, some water. So, as you, again, go through life, as you're living in life, as you walk outside, the cute part of is, yeah, you can be nice. The cute part is, yeah, you can be respectful. But isn't that something that we need to get away from? Right? Because again, I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. How good is being nice when it's not the truth? Right? You could say that you're being good. You could say that you're being helpful. You could say that you're doing things to make life around you better, not just for yourself, but for the next. Yet are you? Right? Are you really making life better? Are you really making life yours? Or are you simply riding the wave, following a trend, copycatting in a sense, right? Just because somebody else is doing it, you got to do it too. Just because somebody else has it, you got to have it also. Just because you got something first, or you in your head, right? Sorry, not sorry, but yes, you in your head feel that you did it better, showed it better, wore it better, said it better, or even displayed it better. And much respect to you, because you probably did, right? You probably rocked it, you probably showed off, you probably wore it like no other, you probably displayed or demonstrated like nobody else could, right? Salutes to you for that. Yet again, does that make it truthful? Does that make it nice? Does that make it respectful? Does that make it honest to your life? Just because you did something better or did something first. And then let me tap into that real quick, right? I gotta say it. I gotta say it. I gotta say it. Because it's one of the things that is just irritating me, and I cannot not say it no more. And so this is probably the perfect video, right? Since I'm talking about bump the nice, bump the respect, and just bring out the truth, right? If you wasn't the first person, and I mean literally the first person in existence, how can you say that you was the first? Right? I'm just, you know, or again, to just be truthful with it. What makes the first, the 90th, or even the hundreds of thousand? I know that was a big one. I don't even know where that came from. Don't even ask. I don't even want to know where that came from, right? But still, going with it, going with the flow, right? What makes one better than the other, right? When we're talking about creation, when we're talking about stamping signature, right? When we're talking about leaving and grounding in foundations for life, why does, again, throwing that word in there, right? Competition, competitiveness. I get it to a point. Don't, right? I understand competitiveness. Yeah, okay, we cool, right? When we're talking about, let's say, I don't know, sports, right? But when we're talking about life, right? When we're talking about building something like having a family-owned business, right? Or bringing forth children, right? Where is that sense of competition, entitlement, and I did it better because I got the better looking person, or, you know, there's so many different excuses. I don't even want to bring up no more, right? It's just because sometimes it's madness. But that's just me. And I got to keep it rolling back, right? Keep it simple, because it's something I've been thinking about for a long time. So I'm going to take it a little bit everywhere. Excuse me. Excuse moi. But, and still, right? Competition, let it go. I'm just saying, competition, let it go. Let it go. If we're not competing with ourselves and saying, okay, I did something today and it was dope, I gotta do something just as dope or even better tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. That competition is granted, is welcome, is even appreciated. But again, how do we compete? How do we configure our minds to competing with other people? Where does that come from? Right? Just because you can't compete. I love that phrase, and I'm gonna use it right now. Right? There's no competing where there's no comparison. Right? How do you compete with something that you can't compare to? And that's just the very thing, right? And sometimes, yeah, it's not gonna sound right. Yeah, sometimes it's gonna hurt the feelings, right? I know. Ouch. I've been there. I've done that. I had to take a lot of the ouches. Trust you me. right? But again, how does one logically and maturely, right, say that my child is better than your child? It's just, I'm throwing out some boldness with it, right? Why is your child better than mine? Or why is mine better than yours? I'm just saying, right? Everyone is uniquely gifted. Everyone is uniquely special. Everyone is uniquely talented. So how do we get this better in than someone else? Where does that come into play? Right? And I'm just saying it because it's a point of factor for me. I see the truth. I understand it. I understand it. And I overstand it. Right? Yet to keep it sweet and simple, I'm going with that right there, right? Everyone is unique. Everyone is beautiful. Everyone is special. And you, as the parents, mom and dad, right? Shout out to mom and dad. It's up to you to bring out that special, unique talent, special, unique gift, right? Allow your children to be comfortable, to appreciate themselves long enough to figure out themselves. They don't need no help in that. No, right? You're supposed to nourish. You're supposed to train, educate, discipline. Right? This is the things we do with the children, right? And why do we do that? So they can make choices and make decisions for themselves. Right? So they can figure out those certain special, unique talents and gifts. And as the parents, mom and dad, right? Shout out to, again, mom and dad, right? They're supposed to be that support system. They're supposed to bring in that positive encouragement, right? Just say, you know what? I see it. And I know that because you my baby, oh, you go rock this one. You gonna bring it out. It doesn't matter how many other people have done it before you. You, my baby. So you are gonna make it dope. I already know. Let me help you out. Let me encourage you. Let me show you where you can go to learn some more, to educate yourself some more, to practice. Practice, 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 right? You gotta practice in order to perfect something. Right? And even when you practice over and over and over and over again, how much practice do you need before you can say, I mastered it? Right? So yeah, the points of reasons, the points of what is. Certain times, again, right? The respect is going to be there when you're respectful to yourself. The niceness is going to be there, right? The goodness is going to be there. The moment of anything and everything you can accomplish is going to be there. But you have to have it within yourself first. And of course, right, when we have to start from scratch, right? Because maybe we didn't have certain, oh, excuse me, hiccup. Maybe we didn't have certain teachings of appreciation during our upbringing, right? Maybe we did have to go through some, again, as I call it, hard knock lives. So yeah, maybe we're kind of a little bit older in the game. Yet again, acceptance to accomplishment. Some people never get it. Hey, some people never reach that limit to unlimit themselves and just go all out, right? Because we can't just be stuck in certain limitations that, yeah, maybe we seen our parents and maybe we seen our neighbors go through. Maybe we heard about the stories, right? And we're just like, you know what? I'm going to be right here because this is cool, this is comfortable, this is simple, and I know how to do it, right? Again, speaking from experience, right? For me, one of my biggest things, working. Once I started, couldn't get out of it, right? Just couldn't. I always like to be busy, like to stay busy, like to move, and I like doing something that makes or has some type of purpose, right? That's just me. And if I'm not creating something with purpose, then yeah, I'm moving on to the next, right? Why? So at times I could come on here and just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, and other times I'm just quick, straight to the point, blunt, and I'm gone, right? Because it's just me, right? And as much of a challenge as I am, and still learning to love and appreciate, it's just one of those things, and it is what it is. I'm not gonna change. I haven't changed yet, so I don't think that's gonna change, right? So again, appreciating the self and unlimiting what you can do and accomplish. Right? Stop accepting that just because life said it has to be this way, that means you have to do it that way. Mm-mm. What's within your heart? And that's a cliche, right? Do what's in your heart. Where does your heart lead you? Where is the love? Right? And I get it. Can you always lead with your heart? Depends on who you are, right? I'm just saying, I'm not tooting my own horn, but I'm just saying, I'm talking about it's just one of those things. So at times you gotta love the heart, right? And oh, the heart, my poor heart, sometimes. But I did it to myself, right? I did it to myself, so I got to kiss the heart and love it and squeeze it and say that it's gonna be okay because I did it, and I'm gonna make it better, right? As we all should. We should all embrace the flaws, right? And again, asking yourself, is it a flaw? Just because the next can't do it? That's the thing, right? That's my point. Just because someone else can't do it, that in its own essence gets turned into a flaw or something to be looked at to shame, rather than something that should be taken and uplifted and nourished and again practiced, right? Because why? It's something that's within you. It's a certain little niche or talent that you got, and the rarity in some gifts and talents that we do have, right? And if we don't share them through, right, accepting it fully and embracing it to learn it, right, and embracing it to keep on practicing it. Because, hey, if you don't use it, you're gonna lose it, right? I'm just throwing it out there. Again, let it marinate and digest if it does. If it doesn't, let it flow, right? But again, I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna keep repeating it. And I'm gonna keep repeating it because I gotta keep saying it. And I'm over talking because I've been on here for almost an hour and I'm supposed to get off. Uh-oh. I was over here talking and didn't even notice. Shout out to y'all. Uh, uh-oh. A blast from the past, eh? Long time no see, Sun Kiss. Shout out to you. Appreciate you. Rafe, the one, the only, Mr. Rafe. Ooh, I'm over here tongue-tied. Excuse me. But gratitudes. Appreciate you for sliding through. If you're not beating your own heart score, it doesn't matter. Exactly. Hey, I like that one. I haven't used that. I haven't even put it out there like that, but I do like playing games. And I always love beating my old high scores. You know what? Shout out to you, Sun Kiss. I'm definitely going to use that a little bit more often, right? If you're not beating your own high score, it don't matter, right? Exactly. Exactly. Because, again, comparing where there's no comparison, right? And let me say this before I slide off, because again, something I gotta say, been wanting to say, and here it is, the video for it, right? Let it all out. Get it out there, girl. Get it out there. Get it out. Get it out. Right? Okay. Shout out to the shout out to the ladies. Shout out to the women. Hugs and kisses. Kisses and hugs. Bam. I let that marinate, right? I let the good, respectfully, truthfully, because I really sincerely meant that. Shout out to the ladies. Shout out to the women. Hugs and kisses, kisses and hugs. Now with that, let's get to work, ladies. Let's get to work, ladies. Women, we got some work to do. We definitely got some work to do, right? And there's no better time, there's no greater time than now. It's your time, Miss Lady, right? Now is your time. Now is that time to stand up, to own being that lady, being that woman, right? Some don't want to be a lady, some just want to be the woman. Shout out to you. Salutes. I get it. Totally understand, right? Yet and still, right, even as a woman, are we full and whole? Or can we still, right, give ourselves those little hugs and little kisses and little straightening up and a little, okay, I need to turn myself around and spank myself on the booty, or you know what, I just need to go ahead and set myself in the corner because I'm just, I gotta contemplate some stuffs. I gotta rearrange some stuffs. I gotta level up some things, right? Because again, as we're getting older, right, and as we mature, and as we grow to be grown, right, does that mean that we don't have nothing else to learn? Of course not, right? The whole point of living is to learn, to experience, and to explore different levels until we can't no more, right? So let's get to work, ladies. Let's get to work, women, right? Let's get to centering that beautiful energy, right? Because we the ones out here that's really helping the flow, right? We're the ones out here that's really helping the production, right? And if there was no ladies, no women, no females, what is the world, right? What do we really have, right? If there was no energy of the women, we got a lot to do with the circulation, the health, and the true balance in this world, in society. It's all in the energy, right? So let's get to work, ladies. Let's get to work. Women, let's get back into that fullness, into that wholeness, right? And let's take down and let's rebuild. Because there's some things that don't need to be, and there's some things that do. And only you know. So let's get to work. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and slide off, right? Cause I've been saying, I've been talking, and I've been doing too much. Uh-oh. Shout out to everybody again. Appreciate all of y'all for sliding through. I don't think I missed anybody. Oh, yes, I did. Wraith, I know I said hi to you. Gratitudes, Grandma. Appreciate you. Greater light always. Hugs and kisses. Appreciate you. Haven't seen you in a minute. Hope you're doing grand, as always. Sunkiss, again, appreciate you. Haven't seen you in a minute. Gratitudes for sliding through. Gracie, again, gratitudes. Appreciate all of y'all for sliding through. Hopefully you found something that resonated to allow that marination to keep in that digestion for that full rejuvenation. And with that, always remember peace, love, life. Till next time, peace.